Hello everyone, my name is Sunil Yadav. I'm going to talk about what is async in coroutines. Last few lecture we discussed what is the dispatchers, how we can use launch, right? So why we need async. So basically just like a launch, expect it returns a result. So in launch we can't get the result, but if we are trying to use async, if some our method is returning a value, we can use async in the form of deferred. So we have again a promise that is we are saying future object that is deferred is going to be part of it. Deferred a future promise of the return value. When we need the value, we call the await blocking call. Basically we are blocking the flow, but we are not blocking the thread. If the value is available, it will return immediately. If the value is not available, it will pause the thread until it is going to get the value. So let's see how it's working. So suppose we have here example. So suppose we are trying to say get first value that is returned integer, and we have suspending call here delay for like 1 second, and we are getting returning some value. So trying to return some. So here we are doing some delay because we are trying to, suppose we are trying to get value from the some network call kind of delay we are here showing it. So this is again suspending function. Similar we are doing the second value again delaying for some time, and we are going to get the value. So how we are going to get this value basically? So we can use async. So here I am just trying to use run blocking a coroutine scope that we are going to fetch the value. So suppose we want to call the first message, so we are just going to say first deferred, right? Deferred, right, is equal to get first value, right? And so this is the just we are not passing any value, so we can use, so remove the variable deferred. Okay, now if we want to call this method, it will we need to use async, right? So async call. So I'm going to use async lambda, right, and I'm going to call this method here. So is going to our first deferred value. Okay, now this is our first deferred. If we want to use second similar way, we can call the second method. So we are going to get second value, right, and we can rename is second deferred. Okay, now if you see this object, right, so this is again what type of value we are getting is again a deferred, right? If you see the first value is a deferred of integer return type, right? This is not actual value. So so suppose if we want to get the actual value, then just we are trying to put something, just println. I'm doing like just doing some processing here. Okay, just we are trying to print something, and just delay for some second, like suppose we can say 5 millisecond, so 500 L, right? Again we are just delaying it, and now waiting for value, we can say just trying to get the value, println waiting for values. Now if we wanted to get the value, we can say val first value is equal to like first deferred dot await, right? So this one is the we have await method here. So again this is this method is going to not blocking the flow, like blocking the flow but not blocking the thread. So again we have await here method is to await for completion of this value without blocking a thread, right? If you see, without blocking the thread, we are not blocking the thread. So what thread question is, so currently if we print the thread, right, so what thread we are running here? So now if we see, right, I will show you how we can print the thread. I think I already showed it to you. Suppose println like calling get first method. So we can say here is dollar here we can say thread dot current thread dot name, right? Or just print the thread. So calling get first method, we can say method. Okay, so this is method again. What with the thread we are using here, we can get it. Like we can see Control C, and also we can see what thread we are using. Okay, so now what we are trying to say here, we are not blocking the thread and resume when deferred computation is complete, returning the result value or throwing the coroutine exception if the deferred was cancelled. So suppose if something went wrong, right? So it's going to be throw the exception. So let's see. Let's try to run it. Now we got the first result, right? Now we try to get the second result. I'm going to say second deferred dot await, and here we can say second value, right? First value and second value. So now we are trying to get the value. So if we sum these values, so println total, the total value, right? So we are using string template here, first value plus second value here, right? So let's try to run it and see what is happening. Now we can see the first value is like what we are getting, doing the sum processing here. So sum processing we are printing here the first time because we have delay in this method, so it's going to be delay, and we are returning value between like next integer is 100, so it can become like 99, and here is like 1000 something, right? We are so returning second value between 1000. Now so the thread is, if you see, right, we are using main thread. We don't have added any thread with the part of launch, right, with the async actually. Okay, and we are getting here total amount. So basically async is help if you are trying to get the value from network IO call and you are waiting for to take time, then that will help you to improve the performance. And we can associate, right, the different thread as well. Suppose I don't want to use main thread to be blocked, so we can say dispatchers dot IO. We can use IO, right? So I wanted to use IO thread. Now if we are trying to run this thread, right, let's see how it's happening. So now if you are calling the first method, we are using a different thread, not a main thread. So dispatcher worker thread is going to be called, right? And here for calling the second method, we are using the main method, like calling this method. So, and once completed, everything is completed, we are going to exit from the main method itself. So let's see here, if we print everything, we will going away from the main method. Completed, let's type something, completed the call. Now if you see, right, here we are using the main method. So if we don't want to block our main thread, we can use different thread associated with async, right? I want to use the dispatcher dot here is default, right, for this call. So we can run it, right? So we can see here calling the second value is using the main thread, right? Let me run. So this is still using main thread. Okay, sorry, actually I'm outside, I have printed here, right? So let me put inside this method. Now we'll see the actual method name. Now if we can see, right, this is worker thread 3, right? So basically why 3 here is, so dispatches are default, right? This create the number of thread basically, and this is IO, right? So we have IO pool as well, dispatcher default. So those actually depend upon the number of core you have. Currently in my laptop I have 8. So any core is so number of thread is going to be pool into 8, right? So whatever is in pool thread is available is going to be help to run this method. Now is we are getting always 3. Like I run something, you see the worker thread is changed, like 2 3 any going to be part of it, we don't guarantee, right? So those thread is going to run our code, right? So, and if something went wrong, right, so how we are going to handle. The simple thing is for async, we just use try and catch block. If we put like try and catch block, so it's going to be handle in that part those exceptions. So for this session I just wanted to explain how we can use async, and if we wanted to use a call asynchronous, the methods which is going to return the value, and if that is taking time in network call, so it's easily, like it's really good if we use async and get some value. It will help our performance to improve. So thank you so much for your time. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe my channel and share your feedback. Thank you so much for your time.